All right, let's talk disco hams. We need more disco hams. We have Thanksgiving hams, we have Christmas hams, we have no disco hams. We need hams in those rollerblade rinks with flashing lights right now. We need hams on hams. We need dancing hams. We need flirting hams. We need rollerblading hams. We need hams. Say it with me. Disco hams. Disco hams. Disco hams. Disco hams. Disco hams. And welcome to the Matt Hawker Show. You know, it's good to be back here. We had a vacation. I was on the show, and I was at the show doing the show. So I was away from the show for a little while. Anyway, let's talk policy today. We're going to get into American policy. What is American policy exactly? No one knows. No one has really figured this out yet, and there's been a lot of people trying to discern what that's all about. We're now going to go live on the street with Tell us about American policy.
Well, Matt, it's good that you asked me. See, it turns out I'm actually you. Doing a voice.
Thank you. That was very insightful. So that really sums up American policy right now. It's just an extension of me, Matt Hawker, the guy you're listening to. In fact, American policy really, quite frankly, is just little bits of Matt that have spread across the world and people have consumed or breathed in, and it infects them and takes them over. And we're all Matt Hawker here. And really, America is Amatica. And that's just something that you will learn to accept as you too become Matt Hawker. Because once again, we're all Matt Hawker here. So let's really let's talk about that a little further. Now, I understand the difficulties that one might have in adjusting to a new life. See, when my great-great-grandfather sat me on his lap at the age of 3 and started jerking off, I realized that I wasn't going to be a normal boy, that there were things that I would see in this life that no one else would see. And as he continued to jerk off, he whispered to me, "Matthew, be ready for the world is ready for you." And as he said that, in a strange accent that was neither old nor English, or, well, I guess European English, there was something going on there, I don't know. But as he sat there and he finally wanked off completely, he stripped his clothes off and danced into the cornfields beyond. And I never saw him again. But his words stuck with me, like copper on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You're not taking that off. You're going to eat it. And they just sort of, they sat with me for a long time, and they held me as I cried, and they told me to do things I shouldn't have done when the lights were off. But, I'm the man I am now because of him, and I accept what took place. I never really knew how to be ready for the world. I tried working out. I tried getting my driver's license. I tried getting my working out license. That didn't go so well. Turns out that doesn't exist, and it's going to lead to some problems if you start asking people at the MVA about it. They're going to get really mad about that. So basically, none of this really worked out for me. I wasn't ready for the world, and I've still thrown myself at it. And I mean, to what effect? I feel like it just caught me in its arms, and now it can do whatever it wants with me, just like my great-great-great-great-grandfather, just like him, and just do whatever it wants with me. Anyway, today on the Matt Hawker Show, we're going to have a spectacular interview. We have a guy on the show. He is going to be on. It is he's gonna be on the show. We're getting him on. He's that guy. He's gonna be interviewed. It's gonna be amazing. I can't tell you how great this is gonna be for you. I really feel like you could you could write a letter of support to me. Do this interview. Maybe you'll make it in Let me get this straight. You come onto my show, you're trying to get to know the place, and here I am, just a simple man asking you some strange and elaborate questions like, how are you? Go ahead.
I'm doing good. Wait, yes, good.
That's good. So you have a podcast of your own? You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I do. It's called the Not So Crazy Podcast of Blizzard the Wizard and Eli. Blizzard the Wizard is my cat, and the two of us just have little shenanigans for however long as they run.
So these shenanigans, are they really lengthy? Like what kind of shenanigans are we talking about here? Are we talking about like dangerous shenanigans? Like what is Blizzard the Wizard up to? I guess I'm honestly very intrigued by the Blizzard the Wizard.
Oh man, well if you can't tell by the name, she's a magical cat. She's just like an entrepreneurial genius. Every episode she's got some new product, whether it's a toy or food. And then there's shenanigans with superheroes. You got figments of my imagination that are lawyers or just I don't know anything about the law, so it's just it gets weird, but it's fun.
No, absolutely, I believe it. So what are how many years have you guys been producing content together? I mean, I imagine Blizzard the Wizard being a mystical being has been alive for centuries, possibly beyond the scope of human imagination.
Oh man, she's as old as time itself. But I mean, we found each other 3 years ago. It was this past Thursday. We had her adoptiversary. We had a whole big little shindig here, but started doing the podcast like half a year ago. I just finally, it's like a New Year's resolution. I just wanted to try and do shit, do more of these type of things. And I started doing these and we had some fun with them. She loves them. She gets so happy when she sees I started, doing the podcast stuff. She's outside. She'll run inside. Right.
So would you say that you are more of like a vessel for the whims of Blizzard the Wizard? Like, is this cat an all-powerful being? Like, who's really running the show here?
I'm just an extension of her. I'm just like a puppet. She's like, I want boom, 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 boom. And like, she's stretching right now. She thinks we're doing a podcast. No, Blizzard the Wizard, we're on a podcast. We're not hosting a podcast.
Do you want to put Blizzard the Wizard on for a moment to say a couple words?
Oh, man, dude. Yeah, let's see what she's up to. Blizzard the Wizard, you want to say hi to the people? Hey, people, it's Blizzard the Wizard.
Oh, hello, Blizzard the Wizard. Well, welcome to the Matt Hawker Show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on the podcast. I'm a big fan of it.
Oh, I'm a big fan. So, Blizzard the Wizard, I got to ask, what do you prefer, cats or dogs?
I guess neither. I'm kind of a alpha cat. Other cats don't really get along with that. So, dogs, actually.
Interesting. Well, that's good to know. Blizzard the Wizard, one more question for you. Do you think the Constitution is a living document that must adapt to the changing population of ideas, or a series of laws that remain stagnant, avoiding the stresses of constant reinterpretation? Where do you weigh in on that, Blizzard?
Oh, that is a question I've never been asked before. In our spells, we have a Constitution. It's the almighty book thingy. So I think, the Constitution is one thing. I don't even remember the question at this point. What was it?
That's okay. So I guess I'll go back to Eli then, because I had a couple more questions for the host of the show.
All right. Yeah. I think she'll share the mic for a little bit.
No problem. So Eli, let's talk cat diet. How many squids are you feeding Blizzard a day?
Oh, man, it used to be a lot. She wakes me up in the middle of the night, so she gets like 2 or 3 servings during the nighttime, but I'm at work, so she kind of just eats on her own. She's got like a buffet here. She's magical, so she's really hungry. She could just
no, that's fair. Do you think that Blizzard might ever move on from you? Like, I mean, this is a cat with a lot of potential. I mean, what if like Hollywood comes knocking at the door, says, Blizzard the Wizard, we want you to run your own show? I mean, have you guys ever dealt with that, like a splitting on the show? Like maybe you just have a show called Eli, and Blizzard the Wizard would have her own show. I mean, what's happening there?
Man, dude, we almost thought she had some poop babies for a while. They're like, she took some poops and they gained consciousness. So at one point she was about to leave the show and become a mother, but that was a rough stretch.
I mean, I can imagine so.
But eventually,
it
was an interesting.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say it was an interesting week here when we were dealing with that.
No, very fair. So who would win in an arm wrestling contest? You or Blizzard?
I mean, Cats have some like muscles. They could jump and stuff. Those are the back arms, but I guess technically they're all cats. So she might be.
Do you think that Blizzard the Wizard might kill you in your sleep or anything like that? Like, I mean, how dangerous is this creature?
I mean, I've seen studies, or maybe someone told me that they read something that if cats were our size, they would, they would just kill us in an instant. But I don't try and think about that stuff because she likes having her human. She doesn't know my name. She refers to me as the human.
Right.
So I think she likes just having a slave.
Right. So Blizzard referred to herself as the alpha cat. Do you want to weigh in on what that means?
I mean, she is the superior cat, so there's no other cats that can match her, and she knows it. She doesn't. Like, she's seen other cats and she just hisses at them. She's like, you're inferior.
So does Blizzard have ice magic? Is that why she has that name, or is it denotes something else? Like maybe she just likes making stormy weather. That's connotates a blizzard, or she's like a cold character, like a blizzard.
Oh, man, dude, you're 0 for 2 or 0 for 3 there. Because she looks like an Oreo blizzard. But Oreo is such a common name. She is not a common cat. So I came up with Blizzard when I found out about her magical powers, which just so happens to
Okay. All right. Well, Eli, that is a fascinating story about Blizzard. One final question. How much would I have to pay Blizzard to make her a permanent part of the Matt Hawker show and just kidnap her from you? And what if I just do it anyway?
I mean, she wanted to. She could teleport there, but I mean, she's my buddy. We got like a Billy Madison, Big Daddy sort of thing where she came into my life when I was just shouldn't even I could barely take care of a human being.
Right. So
she's my buddy.
I got it. So it's like the Big Brother sort of thing. Like you pee against a wall, and she's there to encourage you to keep doing that.
Exactly. She definitely encourages my shenanigans.
Right. No, I appreciate that. So Eli, thank you so much for the interview today. Did Blizzard the Wizard have any final words for us today?
She is eating right now, or she would probably say something. Blizzard the Wizard patent and Blizzard yum 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 treats.
Greatly appreciate having you on. That is all the time we have today. That was what really gets me upset? When you're looking at someone's pet and you're just like, how's it doing? That pet you have. How's it doing? That pet you have. And they're like, excuse me? It? Really? Why would, do you even know what my pet is? And I'm like, it's a pet. That pet right there. You got a pet going on in that corner over there, and like, my pet is a he, and I'm like, wow, what do I get out of this? What do I need to know this for? Why should I ever care what sex your pet is? I'm not your veterinarian. I'm not putting my finger up your dog's butthole. The only thing I'm doing is petting its head. I'm not twiddling its twinkie doos. I'm not crippling its creepy poos. I'm not woo woo woo. It's wee wee wahs. I'm not poking the penis. I'm not voyaging up the vagina of the animal. I'm just being real here. We're using the real terms now. We're there. We're upset. We're getting into that. That's right. We have crossed the line. We have crossed the line here today. I don't care what sex your pet is or its gender. Your pet means nothing to me. I have never cared about your pet. Never in my life have I thought to myself, boy, I sure wish I knew what that pet was all about. I wonder what it's thinking today. I wonder if that pet likes to bowl. I wonder if that pet likes to eat soup. I wonder if that pet would like to smoke a pipe with me while I read my newspaper. No one thinks this. No one does this. No one cares. No one cares about your pet. They barely care about what the name of your pet is. Your pet is insignificant. You don't even care about your pet that much. Let's be real. Maybe you like to touch it every now and then. You like to sit it down next to you and rub it. And maybe like my great grandfather, you like to rub one out at the same time. I don't know. I don't know what you're about. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know. I'm just saying, these things happen. These things are here. I don't care about your pet. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Your pet, insignificant. But I do like dogs and cats. They're very cute. I've always wanted a pet pigeon myself. I love pigeons. They're so adorable. And they go, I've made references to them in the show. I'm just a big fan. I love petting pigeons. They're so cute and great. And I'm a big fan of pigeons. I really want one. I've always wanted a pigeon. I'm going to be honest with you. I just think they're so great. And, their little wings, and they're chubby, and they eat little fries, and they're like, Matthew, take me away. And I'm like, okay, I will, pigeon. I'll take you. We'll go so far together, pigeon. And the pigeon's like, kill them, Matthew, kill them. And I'm like, all right, pigeon, I will, but who? The government of Saudi Arabia. And I'm like, okay, pigeon, okay, I will. I'll go there. Your government thanks you. And I love pigeons. They're great. I can't stop thinking about them, honestly. I've always wanted a pigeon tattoo. And if someone asked me, hey, what's your pigeon tattoo all about? I would say, do you not know what a pigeon is? Do you not get that? And they would say, oh yeah, that's cool. And I'm like, are you not even going to ask what sex my pigeon is? That's important to me. What sex is my pigeon? And they would go, oh, it's a tattoo. And I would say, Here's a joke for you. Cryptocurrency. Thank you. I've been doing I've always wanted to have a spooky time. I've wanted to do something spooky, and I don't know how to be spooky. I don't know what spooky is all about. I see a lot of spooksters out there, gremlins and ghouls and gals. You get it? And guys, and I've always wanted to. I just wanted to be a cool creep. We got a lot of creeps out lately, and. I feel like, where do I fit into this? There's creeps in Hollywood. There's creeps in Bollywood. There's creeps in Pornywood. There's creeps down the road. There's creeps under my desk. But I can't be a creep. I don't get it. I don't know why. What am I not doing that I need to do to be creepy, to be a creep? I think often about all the celebrities that are like abusing other people or hurting others. They're creeps. They figured it out. They know how to do that for Halloween. How do I do that? What am I supposed to do? I don't have the tools they have. I don't have the resources. I don't have kids. I don't have fans that adore me that I can, manipulate and abuse in any certain way. And I certainly don't have the monetary or psychological stature that these people have to just throw my life away internally and just do bad things. I have a moral code. I have a conscience. So today on the show, I'm going to bring on my conscience and I'm going to kill it. We're going to see what happens. I don't know. We're just going to see it. So I'm just going to, I'm going to just take this pillow here and I'm just going to, This is bad! Don't do this, this is bad, it's bad! Alright. Well, it turns out that did absolutely nothing, and that wasn't my conscience. I guess I better get going. Gonna end the... Oh my god. Oh, that was... Oh boy, that was my id. Sigmund Freud warned me about that when we got coffee last Thursday. Well, I killed my id. I don't know what that even means, but it's dead now. So now I just have my ego and super ego, who is not a superhero, doesn't really even do anything that's super. And my ego, which is very, well nourished. I water and feed him every day. I have my show with my name. That's how you know I have a lot of ego. Super ego is kind of a lazy guy. He just sort of sits on the couch, drinks a couple beers every night, watches Real Housewives, and then, jerks off and goes to bed. I feel for that guy. I really do. I don't know how to help him. I don't know what I need to do to make him feel better in this world. I don't really think there's anything I can do to assist him in these matters. I think he just is going to do what he wants to do. I let him do it. He has super in the beginning of his name. I don't want to mess with a guy who starts with super. I worry about him. He's just sitting there, I don't know. And, I called my buddy Sigmund Freud up and I was like, hey, what am I supposed to do with this guy? And, Freud just talks about dicks for 30 minutes, just goes on about it. Dicks, just talking about dicks and moms, occasionally the moms, but mostly dicks. And I asked him, Sigmund Freud, whose dicks are you referring to? And I really just, honestly, after that, I just had no idea who he was saying or what was going on there. It was just a very uncomfortable conversation. And then he dropped like a chopped off penis in my teacup, and that was weird. And he was like, stir it. And I was like, should I stir it? I'm thinking this to myself, of course, like, should I mix this up for him? I mean, it would be rude not to. I mean, if someone like makes you tea, you should, drink the tea the way they prepared it. But I mean, I did it. I'm not going to lie. That's what I did. I did that. And, I listened to Sigmund Freud and I went ahead with it. And I don't regret it. I don't think I did anything wrong, but I do think that maybe I should talk to him about it later on and, sort of confront him over it. I don't want to make him uncomfortable. Sigmund Freud, he's a tough guy. He's fought some dinosaurs and big dudes. I don't really want to get involved in that. But, that's my problem and not yours. So today's episode is brought to you by, it's brought to you by Sigmund Freud's Peanuts and Penis. If you like peanuts, you'll like penis. Also, it was brought to you by Wacky Larry's. Let me make sure I got this right here. I don't know why there was a nail there. Wacky Larry's Automobile and Aristocrat Compendium. Okay, all right. So that was great. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter. It's what you get it. I'm on those things. Send me $1 on Patreon. The deer buck. I made that joke before. Also new on the End of the Matt Hawker Show social media listing, podchaser.com/The Matt Hawker Show. You can rate my newest episodes and tell me how great I am. And if you don't, well, that's sad. You're sad. You're a sad boy. A sad boy needs to go to a sad corner and be sad. You little saddie. You little saddie. You're sad. You're just sad. So sad. You're just sad.